Merci.
Thank you for choosing Africanews and above all for remaining faithful to Football Planet. And it's a great pleasure, like every Monday, to be with you on the show with the title listed below. Another change in the programming of AFCON 2021 is in sight. Impossible to organize the game in summer as initially planned. An announcement by CAF president that mentions climatic reasons. We'll come back to it with detail in this program.
Émission. Ligue
African Champions League, the threesome for the undefeated big guns, Esperance of Tunis and Mazembe held to a draw. USM Algiers surprised at home and Wydad of Casablanca who revived their group. These are the main reasons of the third round. The details you will get in a few moments. AFCON Cup on 3 for Pyramid FC, which is not stopping the Egyptians who have been impressive since the preliminaries recorded their third win in as many games against Al Masry of Cairo. No other club have achieved such a performance in the AFCON Cup, and the result of match day 3 are to be found in this program.
Bienvenue.
Welcome to Football Planet. On today's program, we start off with this flip-flop of CAF in organizing the AFCON 2021. The tournament we know, except for a new change, will be played in Cameroon, but it will no doubt no longer be in summer as planned. And it was CAF President Ahmad himself who made the announcement without specifying as a sight.The. Detail with Cedric. There is still a lot of procrastination about the organization of the 2021 African Cup of Nations. The tournament that is to be held in the summer should be played at another time, according to CAF President. In my opinion, it is not possible because of the climatic conditions in Cameroon to organize the African Cup of Nations in June-July. It's clear, so we have to take a decision on the date, Ahmad said. The statement of the boss of African football just confirmed the rumors on the willingness of the body to bring forward the CAN 2021 to January. This could be contrary to the decision taken at a symposium in Rabat in 2017 to move the tournament in summer. When we took the decision to change the period of the 2019 CAF African Cup of Nations in Egypt, we always said that we need to have some flexibility on the date. Ahmad justified. But beyond climatic reasons, the organization of the CAF African Cup of Nations in 2021 in the summer comes up against that of the new version of the Club World Cup plan for the same period. In any case, the decision still raises many questions, as is often the case since the arrival of Ahmad as the head of CAF. Now, what about the state of progress in construction and renovation of the infrastructure? Online from Yaoundé, our colleague Otto Wanji, whom we thank for agreeing to answer our question. So, Otto, is it safe to say that in terms of infrastructure, Cameroon will be on schedule?
Le Cameroun sera dans les temps.
Even before I answer your question, it must be said that if people had doubts about Cameroon's capacity to deliver the work early enough, it is because since the withdrawal of hosting rights announced a year ago, I think the work has slowed a little in terms of intensity, in terms of pace, especially at some sites, such as in the city of Garoua or the city of Yaoundé. Now, to come back to your question, I don't think that there is much concern today about the progress of the infrastructure works. The very concern that we may have today is not really a concern, but it is at the level of the sports complex of Olembe, where a few weeks ago, the contract that was awarded to a construction company was terminated. Now there is a new company that has taken charge of this construction site, and I had the opportunity to visit the site a few days ago, and I can assure you that the work has resumed, and we are told that within the next 3 weeks, the lawn will be completely laid. As for the stands, the seats are in place, and all that's missing are a few minor finishing touches. I think that as far as sports and even hotel infrastructure is concerned, Cameroon has nothing to worry about.
Can we therefore understand by this that Cameroon will be able to organize the AFCON in 2021 even if the date is brought forward?
Yes, I think that Cameroon is in a position to host this competition in January or June of 2021, as the deadline will have to be met in March of 2020. So today the pace of work is up. For what is not yet fully complete, the bulk of the infrastructure support in the city of Garoua with the Rumbe Algiers Stadium, which is almost ready with its training ground. You have the Ahmadou Ahidjo Stadium in Yaoundé, which is ready with its training grounds. Chapoma, Reunification, Limbe, Boya and Bafoussam are all ready. The only stadium we are still waiting for is the Olembe Complex, which will house the Paul Biya Field that will host the opening match and the finals. But at this level, it's only the pitch that we're waiting for a few minor finishing touches. But already the company working on it is trying to do its best to get everything done almost at the same time. But knowing that the most important thing now is to concentrate all our energies on the pitch. But apart from that, I think that Cameroon, you have reasons to remain calm while waiting for March 2020.
Thank you very much, Alton. See you soon.
Thank you.
Arthur Wenji, a Cameroonian journalist for Yaoundé, and a little wink, by the way, to our viewers in Cameroon, the country of the indomitable Lions, which unfortunately has no representatives in the African Cup of Clubs, which was played this weekend on the third day. And we start with the Champions League and the status quo in Group A, where all the matches ended in a draw. Leaders TP Mazembe were held in a 1-1 draw at Premier de Agosto with 1 goal apiece, and it was on the same result with Zisco. United and Zamalek parted ways. No change in the rankings, still dominated by the Congolese with 7 points. In Group B, on the other hand, the ranks have tightened after the leaders' defeat at home. Etoile Sportif de Sahel were surprised by Sudanese side Al Hilal on the smallest of scores. At the same time, runners-up Al Hilal won with their 2-0 duel with bottom club FC Platinum, now the only club without a point in the League Day champions. Molodi Sundowns, meanwhile, were the other side to take the spoil. The South Africans went on to beat USM Algiers 1-0 to consolidate their status as Group C leaders, and they have a new runner-up, Casablanca Wydad. The Moroccan did not go into detail ahead of the Angolan side from Petro Luanda, who were beaten 4-1, thanks in particular to the inevitable Ayok Elo Kabe, the Moroccan international who scored a hit track.
We did always play, any country play with a victory. You never play with a draw. If you play for the draw, you lose. We always play for the victory. Amazing, important, because if we 1-1 in the 70 minutes, 72 minutes, all fun, give more energy to the team. And I speak with the press conference. It's gratulation, and I'm very happy with my players, my staff, and the fans.
What I have to tell you, that game today, it was very difficult. It wasn't easy. Same what everybody think, because the Petro from Angola, I think it's my personal opinion, in very, very good team, and they showed in the field. But with our experience, with our big players, and with Kabi, and who has Kabi, for sure, he win.
We did our best, but unfortunately, luck wasn't on our side. I think we lost a little bit of concentration. That caused us to lose this game. We are going to work hard. Yeah, so for now, we are going to, correct our mistakes for our next games. We have the chance, because we have another 3 games to play.
The comment collected by correspondent in Casablanca, Jale Bounoua. And then we end this Champions League topic with Group D, and the opponent with the leader Esperance de Tunis. The 2-time African champions were forced to share the point by AS Vita Club in a duel of extreme. The Congolese were delighted with a 0-0 scoreline, although they are now 2 points behind GS Kabylia at the bottom of the standings. Algerians, who lost the North Day debut to Raja Casablanca, defeated 0-2. The Rajarios are now the only runners-up to Esperance. Now let's talk about the other tournament, the CAF Cup, with a question. Now let's talk about the other tournament, the CAF Cup, with a question: who will stop the Pyramid FC? We have to wait and see who will stop Pyramids FC. The Egyptian club, playing in their first African champion campaign, continue their solitary match to stop up Group A. Sebastian Magen's side won the clash with the Egyptian club Al Masry 2-1 on Sunday, and there were no winners in the other group match between Nadhubwa FC and Enugu Rangers, who played out a goalless draw. In Group B, RS Bakene resumed their match ahead of DCMP Imana. The third place Zanaco, meanwhile, were headed to a draw by ESEA of Benin, who are now finally picking up their first point in the first ever tournament. The West African derby between Horoya FC and Bamako Jibluba turned out to be the winner for the Ghanaians, with the smallest of squad. The Horoya are now alone at the top of Group C. Despite their defeat, the Bamako outfit remains second bottom as Al Nasser Benghazi and Bidvest West third and fourth respectively, draw 0-0. Let's finish now with Group D, and now awakening the Paredo FC. The Algerians beat Nigerians Eyimba to reclaim second place at the hands of their mates behind Hossania Agadia. The Moroccan draw 1-1 and St. Pedro last time out in Group D with 2 points on the board. It's time to meet again on January 12 for the fourth match day, which marked the start of the return phase. A short tour of Europe now is a thrust in the big league, except in England, where Liverpool reigns supreme more than ever. The Reds have just put in two big performances, first against Leicester on Boxing Day, then on Sunday against Wolverhampton. A 1 victory thanks to Sadio Mane, the Senegalese, who scored his 10th of the season, brought Liverpool one step closer to a league title that has eluded the Reds since 1990, even though their coach refused to be bordered. The fourth round of the Champions League will be played on January 10 and 11. Now let's talk about the Women's Under-20 World Cup and the big disappointment of Nigeria being there to host the tournament. Well, Costa Rica and Panama were finally chosen by FIFA to co-host the event. Nigeria will therefore have to battle it out on the pitch to secure their place at the Under-20 World Cup in August. And that is where we draw the curtain. You can find this program and much more information on our website www.africanews.com. Football Planet will be back next week, same time on African News Channel. Goodbye for now.
Au revoir.